Welcome back to another video. I'm going to be testing a little bit of a hypothesis today. So this time of year we've got a lot of bait fish in the marsh and a lot of really small bait fish particularly. I've been seeing lots of egrets feeding along the banks on high tides. So what I want to see is if there's some maybe bigger predatory fish that are pushing bait to those egrets. And yeah, we're just going to be looking for the birds today pretty much. We've got a decent high tide, might be a little bit lower than the typical high tides where I'm seeing these birds feeding, but what can you do, man? I just want to give it a shot. I've also got a shark set up with me today. I've got multiple lures, and I set a minnow trap a little bit down the road here. We're gonna go check that in a minute and see if we got some good bait to start this day off, but I'm gonna quit yapping. Let's do some fishing. Okay, let's take a look. I've never dropped a minnow trap in this spot, but I'm seeing lots of ripples, and this trap's been sitting here for probably 20 minutes or so, which is plenty of time. Let's see if we got anyone. I think we do. Oh my, we've got a ton of mud minnows in there. Holy cow, we smoked them. Jeez, that is crazy. I did not think we'd get that many. We probably got like 100 in there. Obviously, I'm not gonna keep 100. All I need is a couple dozen. Wow. All right, I'm very happy with that. We've got a new mud minnow hole, and it's only like a 2-minute walk from my house. That's awesome. Gonna dump some of these guys in here. Definitely do not need all of them, like I said. Get a couple of those fat ones. All right, the rest can go. Okay, we're out here, we made it. Got everything we need. I'm feeling pretty confident. This tide's not coming in very fast though. That's the only thing I'm not too confident about. We'll see if it gets high enough to see some of these birds working, but I'm just gonna start pushing over to the inlet and see what we can see. That's pretty much the plan. Okay, we made it to the inlet with plenty of time. Got all kinds of dolphins working. This is the sort of bank that I would expect to see bird activity in about an hour or so. The tide has to come up a little more, but with an incoming tide and with the wind direction, I'd imagine there's gonna be several banks that are gonna have, hopefully, some bait pushed up against them. So if we start seeing white egrets and herons of all different colors, we know that we were in the right spot. So found a dock. We're gonna fish here for a second, get some mud minnows out. Looks like just about every bird is sitting and also doing other things on this dock. And I guess that'll be kind of nice, because I bet by the time I see these guys leave, that'll probably mean the fishing's getting better for them. So that's pretty cool. An assortment of terns and cormorants. All right, we're gonna start off with a big old mud minnow. Something eats this dude. It's gonna be big. Now we can just play around with this cork. And this tide's ripping right now, and it should slacken out eventually. And when it does, that'll be our chance to start looking for birds and casting near those banks I was talking about earlier. We're just killing time. We got here early. Better early than late. I'm just feeding this bobber into some pockets here. We're just gonna let it sit, let it cover ground. See if we can't get lucky. And also see if we can prevent a, oh, whoa. That might've been a bite already. Either it was a bite or it hung on to something. Whatever it was, it didn't get hooked. Not sure if it's just because it's so shallow right there. I hooked an oyster and the tide made it look like the bobber sunk, or if that was a bite. Our minnow's still very lively, so it could have just been something tricking me, but we'll put it right back out there. Oh, yep, something trying to eat them. Here we go. Oh yeah, here we go, guys. Nice.
I think we got a little redfish on right now. Hope this camera's not being too bad. I know it's just moving around a lot with the current and waves, but we just hooked up to a decent redfish. Slot fish. I'm not keeping anything today. I really try my best to release as many of these reds as possible. There's a lot of pressure on them here in the Charleston area, so it's always good to let them go so they can grow. But this would have been a keeper fish right here, and I wonder if that was the same one that bit earlier. Look at that though, that's probably around a 17 incher, 16 maybe, and he's going back, swimming free. This little guy is trying to get in trouble. Little guy, he's the biggest mud minnow I have, I think. But he was trying to swim up into the pilings. Oh, there we go. Oh, here we go. Fish on. Another fish here, guys. Let's see what we got. Another red. It's around the same size as the last one. Low slot. What's up? What's up? He's splashing everywhere. Yeah, the bobber's definitely the strat. This one's probably an inch bigger than the last one. Well, there he goes. Quick release right there. If I don't get a bite on this drift right here, we're gonna go down this bank a little bit, and I might rig up 2 bobbers and just drift 2 bobbers up against this grass, because that's the only way we've gotten bites so far. The dock's not doing anything. I've had those 2 minnows, one small one, one big one, drifting in between the pilings here for probably 20 minutes and haven't gotten a single bite on one of those. So, all right, we might try a quick cast on this point here, but I'm seeing a couple of bird activity on this opposite side. So we're gonna get over there pretty quickly, but just since I'm here, I'm gonna fling this guy out there and see if I can get something passing through. It's happening on the other side more. Let it drift for 5 more seconds, then we're hustling. All right, here we go. Let's get over there. Tons of dolphins working in here. And I had what looked like probably a young male come up like 10 feet right behind me. Probably curious about what I'm doing. So I'm gonna start by just kind of covering this bank here. I've got a little jig head. I wanted to put a bobber on this one too, but I think it's for the better that I don't have a bobber, because managing 2 would actually be pretty tough, I think. Heavier than free lining, but not like fishing a bottom rig, somewhere in the middle. And I'm just gonna pop them up off the point here along this grass. And we're just gonna kind of let them drag through pretty much. Trying to size me up. I'm bigger. No, I'm not bigger, but I'm pretending to be bigger. What's up? Gosh, I get jump scared every time they breathe. Their exhales are so loud. So fed up with these little bluefish. I've gotten like 10 bites. I hooked up to 1. All the others have been short strikes. I really don't care what it is. It doesn't even have to be a bluefish. It could be a pinfish. It could be a perch. Literally do not care. A couple more minutes. If we don't get another bite, man, I don't know. I really don't know. Here we go. Come on. Yes. Oh, it's a perch. Silver perch. Yeah, we can hang on to him. It's all right. Let's see if we get something else though. He's in the boat. We've got a shark bait to try. We got something else here. Oh wow, that's not what I expected. A decent trout. And that's pretty cool. That's on the bottom rig with a little jig head. See you, bro. Bobber's down. Here we go, come on. Why are they coming off, dude? Why are they coming off? That was a blue. Oh. Dude, literally it's just like, I know I'm kind of being crazy by fishing 2 rods, but I like the challenge. I kind of like having no control because I'm not very smart sometimes. Like, ready, watch this. This is about to get smoked in like 5 seconds. What happens is I have to turn away from it because, you know, the fish are obviously looking at me and they obviously know when I'm turning away. So you just gotta follow that little superstition. Like right there, boy. There we go. There we go. There we go. What we got? What we got? What we got? Kind of feeling like a nice, yeah, it's another nice trout, dude. We got a good trout bite happening all of a sudden. And all of a sudden, there's a lot of fish. This is the first like really solid trout bite I've gotten on in quite some time. He's hooked a little deep. He's not gut hooked, just a little bit down there. There he goes. It's time to get these sharks what they want. Got a silver perch. Now we're hooking it all on there. Just like that. Big bloody piece of bait. Make sure there's no scales on the tip of your hook. I'm gonna come out to the middle, drop it, and we're just gonna kayak up into this little bank right here. All right, we're here. We're all set up. We got a big piece of perch out there. See if we get lucky. I'm gonna cast around a lure or maybe some minnows in this area as well. See if we can catch a bluefish. If we can get a better shark bait than a perch, I'll definitely switch them out, but check out this cannonball jellyfish. It's a cool looking animal. Tons of them right now. They only live around a year, so that one's about as old as it's gonna get. Okay, that's gonna do it. I wanna make sure I can get back with a somewhat reasonably high tide so I'm not stomping around in the mud to get this kayak in the truck. So we're gonna get out of here, but thank you guys so much for watching. It was a good time out here today. Glad to get on a couple fish. Wasn't quite what I was expecting, but I'm happy with how it turned out. So no complaints from me. Appreciate y'all and stay hooked.